Hey, I'm Arlo Parks. Thank you for watching Music News. So to be on the MTV Push shortlist feels amazing. It feels surreal. It feels like a real moment of validation. And I feel like, little 15-year-old me grooving away in her bedroom will be very, very proud. So thank you very much. It was definitely a surprise to be nominated. I was having dinner at home. I was playing Scrabble with my dad, I think. And I kind of just dropped my phone in surprise, and everyone was, I know it was nice to have that moment actually with my family, who have been there obviously since the very, very beginning. So yeah, it was very surreal. I was very, very happy. Yeah, I'm aware of Youngblood's music. I enjoy how kind of open he is with his fans and how he seems to really encourage that sense of being oneself. I think that's something that's really, really beautiful, and especially something that young people really need nowadays, with all these different pressures. So I think that's really positive. Do I feel ready? I mean, I think, it would be nice, but I think for me, I'm just focusing on taking things one day at a time. I think building things gradually, and just, focusing on what I can do now is what's kind of got me this far. But of course, I hope 2021 is a banging one. I think there are lots of messages that I want to get through with my music. I think for me, the main notion is, if you're going through a low point, then you're not alone. And, pain is something that doesn't last forever. I think that's something that I really want to convey. And also, I don't know, I just want to, I guess, celebrate the small things. When I write stories, when I write songs, it's always about celebrating the beauty of little details. And I just hope people feel kind of held and seen and understood when they listen to my tunes. How would I sum up my musical style? I think I would say it's a fusion of a lot of different things. I would say indie, soul and pop. And it's based, at its core, it's just very vulnerable, emotional music, because I'm quite a sensitive soul. Yeah, so my debut album, Collapse in Sunbeams, is coming out on the 29th of January, which is super exciting. I wrote most of that during lockdown, which was also an amazing, surreal, weird experience, but I'm so excited to put that out into the world. That's something I've been looking forward to since I was 11, so yeah. Why I collapsed in Sunbeams? I think for me, there are lots of meanings to it. I liked the idea of surrendering to emotion, of being overcome by emotion. I liked how it could be construed as either being in a state of euphoria and happiness and rolling around with your friends in the summer in the grass, or it could be that sense of being overwhelmed and feeling quite down. So I like that dichotomy, that idea of things being seen as bittersweet. And also I like the idea of the sun being this healing force. When you feel the sun in your skin, everything feels a little bit better. So.
We talked about this a bit earlier, sorry, but could you tell us a bit about your songwriting process?
Yeah, so my songwriting process is very lyrics focused. It's very focused on the words. I usually start off with a stream of consciousness, so just writing for 10 minutes continuously, because that helps me not overthink things. And then I'll make that into a poem and make those into lyrics. So for me, I spend most of my time worrying about how I'm going to phrase things and what I'm going to say. I do have a clear vision of what I want to achieve with my music. For me, it's about connection. For me, it's about being genuine, being honest with myself and with the people listening. It's about music, being a tool for healing and for processing difficult moments. But for me, it's just about honesty to me. I think my message and the stories that I tell will evolve as I get older and as I grow. But that sense of being honest is something that I want to maintain. My musical heroes, I have so many, but I'll try and narrow it down. So I'm going to go with Aphex Twin, Frank Ocean, MF Doom, Ella Fitzgerald, and Portishead. I think for me, there was no lightning bolt moment where I thought, I'm gonna leave everything else, like push everything aside and become a musician full time. I think it was very much a gradual dawning. It gradually dawned on me. Music. I knew that music was something that I was gonna do for the rest of my life in some capacity. But when I signed to my label, Transgressive, and when I was playing Glastonbury and was being offered support tours, I kind of realised that this was something, that I could do as a career. And so probably the summer of 2019, after I played all the festivals, I thought, okay, I'm going to give this a year. Like, I'm going to see how far I can push it in a year. And here we are. Away from music, I just spend a lot of time with my mates, honestly. Just like going to the pub or going to art galleries. I like spending a lot of time in nature as well, so just going to the park. Or I also spend a lot of time cooking. Cooking is my thing. Meditating. I read a lot and watch a lot of films as well. Ooh, for a first-time Arlo Parks listener, I would say Eugene is the one that I'm probably proudest of in terms of the sonic landscape, in terms of the content. But I would also say Green Eyes, because that's my most recent track, and I guess that demonstrates where I'm at now in terms of my process and my work. What would be my musical ambition? Wow, I've got quite a few, but I think a big one would be to play Hammersmith Apollo, because it's right next to my house. I'd love to collaborate with people outside my genre as well. I'd love to do something with a producer like Madlib or Flying Lotus. That would be really cool. But yeah, I feel like in general most of my ambitions revolve around traveling as well. Being able to play a show somewhere like Australia or South Korea or something would be really cool. My career highlight is probably a recent one, actually. I got to participate in this short film for Gucci, directed by Gus Van Sant and Alessandro. So that was really amazing to be in Rome and to be alongside people like Harry Styles and Billie Eilish. That was pretty mind-blowing. It was very surreal and very, very fun. So to anyone who already knows my music and is a supporter, I want to say a big thank you. It's been a difficult year, but knowing that you guys have my back and are enjoying what I'm putting out and what I'm doing has really filled me with purpose and made me happy. And to anyone who hasn't listened to my music yet, check it out, please. Thank you for having me as well.